Today, we explore a concept that transcends political, cultural, and religious systems. Instead, we delve into the fundamental underpinnings of human behavior and mental states, such as anger and anxiety. It's a journey into our enslavement to the influences of our environment. As we delve into the human condition, it becomes evident that many of us are significantly swayed and controlled by the external world. Our happiness often hinges on obtaining our desires from this external realm, while sadness washes over us when it takes things away. The approval or disapproval of others holds immense power over our emotional states. Praise lifts us up, while criticism brings us down. Intriguingly, our desire for something makes us willing to sacrifice greatly to attain it, and our opposition to something compels us to pay a high price to avoid it. These cycles of desire and aversion, love and hate, like and dislike, perpetuate a perpetual state of fear, making us susceptible to manipulation through shaming, blaming, and the allure of external entities like large corporations, political parties, and cults, all vying for something from us. In this way, the world governs us, dangling carrots and sticks before us, much like a donkey's rider. Many of us obediently follow this path from birth to death. But what if we were to reject the carrot? What if we chose to break free from this system? The ancient philosophy of Stoicism revolves around achieving freedom from the whims of our environment. It's important to note that achieving this freedom doesn't involve destroying our surroundings, for the external world functions as it does, and while we have some influence, we ultimately cannot control it. The outside world, with its inescapable conditions like sunshine, rain, and wind affecting a farmer's crops, imposes itself upon us. These conditions aren't the problem. It's our enslavement to them that constitutes the issue. So why do we allow the waves of fate to sweep us away? Why do even the smallest misfortunes and strokes of luck manipulate our emotions like puppeteers? Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, provides insight into this. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the principles and notions they form concerning things. For instance, death isn't inherently terrible, as Socrates' perspective illustrates. The terror lies in our perception of death as something terrible. Therefore, when we face hindrances, disturbances, or grief, we should attribute them not to others, but to ourselves and our own principles. The system operates as long as we feed into it, attributing tragedy and fortune to what's natural and beyond our control, which in turn determines our emotional state by chance. Fortunately, Stoicism offers invaluable wisdom to break free from this system. Here are 7 Stoic principles that can guide us in replacing a vulnerable, erratic, and tumultuous way of living with a peaceful and liberated existence. Strategy 1. Maintaining cheerfulness, regardless of circumstances. Imagine a modern office worker, Sarah, who encounters constant job-related stress and personal challenges. Sarah applies the Stoic principle of maintaining cheerfulness. Instead of letting the daily grind and life's ups and downs drain her energy, she cultivates a positive attitude. This mental resilience not only boosts her productivity, but also spreads positivity in her workplace. Even during the toughest times, her colleagues find her smile contagious, making the office a more cheerful place. Strategy 2. Diminishing concern for reputation. Consider a young entrepreneur who faced a tough choice, taking an ethically sound but potentially unpopular business decision, or going with the crowd for immediate financial gain. He chose integrity over reputation. His willingness to follow Stoic principles by prioritizing his values over public opinion eventually led to the long-term success of his business. He learned that staying true to his principles and letting go of the constant need for a good reputation is a true measure of success. Strategy 3. Developing the skill of endurance. In the fitness world, there's Jane, a modern Stoic who has embraced endurance as a way of life. She understands that progress and growth require pushing through discomfort. Jane's dedication to grueling training sessions and challenging workouts helps her not only achieve her physical goals, but also translates into mental resilience. She knows that in life, enduring hardships can be a stepping stone to personal growth and success. Strategy 4. Letting go of strong attachments to people. Picture a young couple who, after a painful breakup, decide to remain friends without holding on to past attachments. By practicing Stoic principles, they acknowledge that relationships can evolve. Sometimes letting go of the attachment to the romantic past can make room for a more authentic friendship. Their mutual decision to prioritize their individual growth rather than clinging to what was demonstrates how Stoicism can bring peace and personal development. Strategy 5. Letting go of material possessions. Meet Dave, a successful businessman who realized that his relentless pursuit of material wealth wasn't bringing him happiness. Applying Stoic principles, he decided to declutter his life. Dave sold his excess belongings, downsized his home, and redirected his focus toward experiences and meaningful connections. His decision to let go of material possessions allowed him to find true contentment and a more fulfilling life. Strategy 6. Empowering our responses to provocation. Consider Alex, a high-pressure corporate executive. In a fast-paced, stressful environment, he demonstrates the Stoic principle of empowering responses to provocation. When faced with difficult colleagues or stressful situations, he practices mindfulness and chooses a measured response rather than reacting with anger. His calm and collected demeanor not only diffuses tense situations, but also earns him respect and influence among his peers. Strategy 7. Embracing mortality. In the medical field, there's a dedicated professional. Let's call her Dr. Smith. She confronts the reality of mortality daily, which fuels her commitment to the Stoic principle of embracing mortality. Dr. Smith knows that life is fragile and finite, motivating her to provide the best care to her patients and cherish every moment with her loved ones. Her understanding of the impermanence of life drives her to live fully and authentically, inspiring those around her to do the same. In today's fast-paced world, Stoicism remains a relevant and practical philosophy. These modern stories illustrate how Stoic principles can help us navigate the complexities of life, promoting mental resilience, authenticity, and a profound appreciation for the present moment. By embracing these principles, we can trade vulnerability and chaos for a more peaceful and liberated existence. If you find value in this video, please make sure to subscribe for more. Remember, the key to true freedom lies in our responses and our choices. So let's choose to free ourselves from the system's grip and live a life guided by these Stoic principles. And if you've made it this far, comment something to let us know you've watched until the end. Your attention is greatly appreciated. May you find your path to liberation and contentment.